So Chris, it's another 1-1 draw, this time against Mickleover Sports. First one, just your reaction to the game.
Would you like to have taken all 3 points tonight? Absolutely. The draw, the performance, yeah, I think we can take a lot of positives from it. They're not a walkover by any stretch of the imagination. They're a good side. They've got good qualities, good players. We had to be switched on to that this evening. To go 1-0 down, we knew at half time we needed a reaction. I thought we gave a reaction. But I think over the last couple of games we've seen a lot of missed opportunities. We've had good chances at the back end of the game. They'll feel quite fortunate that they've held on. We maybe feel a little bit aggrieved that we haven't maybe nicked 3 points, and that's what it would have been. It would have been nicking 3 points because there wasn't much in the game. It was another nip and tuck game. But like you said to the boys there, it continues the unbeaten run, which is important. It puts another point on the board, again important. It teases up obviously to regroup with availability and players coming back from injury for Saturday, which again is important. And hopefully, like you say, we can look to try and maximise the return come Saturday.
And also, when you were picking your team, we've had a bit of a headache at times as well, with a lot of players being unavailable due to commitments and injuries. But so as the players you did put out there, they certainly did the job, especially in that second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, half time we knew we needed a reaction, but unfortunately, because of the nature of the goal that we conceded, it put a little bit of focus on maybe some qualities that needed to improve. But I thought we did that. We probed, we asked questions. Again, possibly a little bit aggrieved that we haven't found an end product, and that could have been the difference between a point or 3.
And of course, your goal for Mickleover coming quite early on as well, so that very much almost puts your game out the window, doesn't it? Sometimes when you fall behind. It
does after a really good start as well. I thought we were bright, we were at it, and then we've had a little standoff. We maybe haven't closed the shot down as well as we could have done. In fairness, the kids struck it well. Shane was a bit unsighted. It's found the bottom corner. That sort of stunted us a little bit. We had to regroup. And it wasn't really until the second 45 that we managed to do that. But we said at half time, if we're going to make a push for it, we have to show a little bit more than what we did in the first 45. And as I say, I'm pleased with that. You never knock a point, as the saying goes. And I think that could prove to be a good point for us.
And of course, Whitby getting themselves level from a corner. It was Jake Hackett's delivery, and that's something that, of course, we've missed over the last few weeks with Hackett going back up to Sunderland, but coming back, and it's certainly a welcome thing to have back, isn't it, getting that sort of delivery from your set pieces?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a naff one before that one, and then he's put one on a plate there for for Dan, just to get up off the ground and like you say, make a good contact and find the back of the net. So that was really pleasing. And then, like you say, we go on to the fact that we're probing and we're asking questions and we've got chances, and you just need a little bit more quality.
Another debut as well for
Andrew Bennett.
That's the one. I'll get there eventually. Andrew Bennett making his debut as well, and he certainly looked quite at home in that side this evening.
Yeah, that's his weak side. So I think fair play for him for getting through the time that he did on the park. I think he acquitted himself really well. Showed some real good composure. Still don't think he's where he needs to be from a match fitness point of view. But he did himself no harm there whatsoever. I thought that was a good debut for Andrea.
And unfortunately, the game ended on a bit of a sour note with dismissal for Brad Mills and of course Greg Gunn for Mickleover as well. Obviously, we had quite a good view of that situation. So, what did you make of it all?
I probably need to be careful what I say here. The way that I seen it, I seen a full-blooded tackle from Mills that may or may not have warranted a yellow card. It was borderline, and then some real play acting and bad sportsmanship on the back of the coming together between Mills and his opposite number there. I think, in fairness, the referee probably arrived at the right outcome in the form of the 2 red cards, given the fact that neither player should have been putting their heads together. And if there was some play acting, then again that's been deemed to be a red card. So maybe it's the referee in a roundabout way. I don't think through method, but in a roundabout way he's probably got the decision right.
So we'll quickly move on and looking ahead now. Away trip on Saturday against side bottom of the table in Stafford Rangers, but of course we know from a few weeks ago that they're certainly more than capable of putting in a good shift and putting Whitman a lot of pressure on Saturday.
I think from the point of view of Stafford being bottom of the league, that for the people from the outside looking in will say that is a given. 3 points on the road. Obviously we'll be prepping completely the opposite to that. We'll be ensuring that there is no complacency. As you said, they were down here a few weeks back and took us right to the wire. Stafford are a good side, albeit sometimes in this league, if you don't get on a good run of form, you can find yourself at the wrong end of the table, and that's their circumstances. Whereas ours are completely different, but we've got to make sure that we continue on the rich vein of form that we're in, and ensure that Stafford stay on this horrible vein of form that they're in.
And you're hoping as well that you might have a few names back as well in the squad.
Yeah, we're desperate, aren't we? We've had players pulled in on the 11th hour today, which isn't ideal. Having said that, the players that have come in I thought have done well. Jake's performed well tonight. Andre, like you say, we talked about, done well. But we do need more depth to the squad, come Saturday, and hopefully with a few players returning we'll have that.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you.